The scene opens with Morgan and Karadec being assigned to investigate a high-profile museum theft. A priceless Rembrandt van Rijn painting titled Young Girl Leaning on a Windowsill. The artwork, valued at roughly $22 million, has been stolen. From the start, Morgan makes it clear she has little interest in the case, arguing that there are far more meaningful crimes to solve than the theft of a rich person's painting. Karadec explains, however, that they were only given the case because the captain wants to keep it quiet. If the press catches wind of the theft, it could turn into a media frenzy and cause trouble for the entire department. OZ then adds that one of the museum guards reported being unable to see much through the thick smoke during the heist, while the second guard was struck on the head and knocked unconscious. As they examine the scene, Morgan notices that the thief made the cut from a distance, not directly near the painting. She points out that the thief passed by several artworks even more valuable than the Rembrandt, suggesting that money may not have been the primary motive. Instead, she suspects a deeper, more personal reason behind the theft. Karadec suggests that perhaps the thief simply didn't do their research, but Morgan disagrees. She notes that the cut around the painting was incredibly precise, down to every line, evidence that the thief was meticulous and deliberate. Whoever stole the painting, she concludes, wanted it for personal reasons, not profit. Welcome back to Sandy's Timeline. Today we're diving into High Potential Season 2, Episode 7. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more breakdowns like this. At the station, Karadec and Morgan are joined by Reese Eastman, an art recovery consultant brought in by the painting's insurers and owners. The captain fills him in on the situation and mentions Morgan's theory that the thief may have had a personal motive for stealing the painting. Reese, however, finds that hard to believe. He argues that no one would go through all the trouble of planning such an elaborate heist just to hang the artwork on their wall. His comment subtly sparks an unspoken rivalry between him and Morgan, setting the stage for some tension ahead. The team then heads to meet the Foster family, Greg and Linda, the current owners of the stolen painting. During questioning, the couple insist they have no idea who could have targeted them. They explain that the painting felt like their own child, even referring to it as their daughter. Morgan challenges them, asking why, if the Rembrandt was so precious to them, they decided to loan it out to the museum. The Fosters respond that lending the masterpiece actually boosts its visibility and reputation, which in turn increases its value. They emphasize that despite that, the painting was never for sale. It was priceless to them. Back at the station, Morgan reviews the painting's history when OZ walks in with new information. He reveals that the substance found at the crime scene was aluminum oxide slag. After digging deeper, OZ discovers a report from another museum heist about 2 years earlier, when a Matisse was stolen from the Kunsthal Museum in Rotterdam. Further investigation uncovers a shocking pattern. Around 19 art heists share the same MO, each involving the theft of a masterpiece valued between $10 and $30 million, and every scene showing traces of aluminum oxide. Online, the mysterious thief has even earned a nickname, Jean-Baptiste, taken from the first painting he stole in Paris 12 years ago. The team learns that Jean-Baptiste has only been seen once, in Madrid 5 years ago, when he attempted to steal a Picasso. The heist went wrong, and he was shot in the left shoulder before fleeing empty-handed. Since then, no one has seen or heard from him again. Reese suggests that the so-called Jean-Baptiste might not be a single individual at all. It could be a group, or even different people using the same alias. He points out that every time a high-profile heist goes unsolved, the name Jean-Baptiste surfaces, making it impossible to know for sure if it's the same person each time. While digging deeper, the team discovers a lawsuit from someone claiming to be the rightful owner of the Rembrandt, Ari Weizmann. Tracing the family, they learn that the Weizmann family originally owned the painting around 1932. The family explains that during the Nazi era, they lost everything, including the artwork. After years of searching, the family eventually located the painting for sale. The new owners were willing to sell it back to them, but unfortunately, the Weizmanns didn't have the funds to purchase it. Since the court couldn't legally prove that the painting had been stolen, they lost their claim to it. While reviewing some framed photos, Karadec notices a picture of Ari practicing gymnastics and asks him for an alibi. Ari insists he was at home during the relevant time. However, Morgan points out that his name appeared on the museum guest list just a few days ago. Ari explains that he had visited the museum only to take a picture to show his grandmother. When asked if he had traveled outside the country in recent years, he maintains that he has not. The team questions the museum staff, and one employee identifies Ari. Later, Reese receives a tip from an informer, and against protocol, he and Morgan decide to investigate the museum roof without the captain's knowledge. There, they discover a Polaroid of the stolen painting along with ransom instructions. 1 p.m., Woodley Park, $500,000. Captain Wagner, furious over Morgan's defiance, removes her from the case for insubordination. Meanwhile, Karadec and Wagner pursue the ransom informant, resulting in a high-speed car chase that ends in a crash. Though the suspect escapes after two have a miscommunication. Still frustrated after being pulled off the case, Morgan and Reese share a private moment and become intimate. During this, Morgan notices the scar on Reese's shoulder, triggering the unsettling possibility that he could be the thief. The moment is both vulnerable and tense, as memories and suspicions flash through her mind. Her intimacy is interrupted by a call from Karadec at the museum, who warns that the case might be solved. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Selena Soto and her team continue a secret investigation into the contents of Roman's backpack. Morgan's estranged husband, who went missing years ago, they discover a photo of a mysterious bearded man. Later, Arthur, the man Roman had sent to protect the family, is ambushed when the same bearded man appears in the backseat of his car, demanding the backpack. This raises the stakes in the ongoing Roman mystery. The episode ends on a major cliffhanger, the mysterious bearded man intercepting Arthur, demanding the backpack, while Morgan grapples with the unsettling suspicion that Reese might be connected to the heist. And that's a wrap on High Potential Season 2. With the heist still unsolved, secrets unraveling, and shocking new twists in both the art theft and Roman mystery, the stakes have never been higher. The next episode drops in January, so stay tuned. You won't want to miss it. Who can Morgan really trust, and what's the true motive behind these crimes? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Sandy's Timeline so you don't miss our next deep dive. And comment below, who do you think is behind the Jean-Baptiste heists?